Welcome to Firearms of America, and today I have another Glock for review, and this is Glock 40 Generation 4. Now, if you are interested to learn the difference between the Generation 3 and the Generation 4 Glocks, I've done a video on it. Check it out, it's here on my channel. Let's get into it. Glock 40, chambered in 10mm. Let's do some shooting, see what it can do. Now, 10mm round. It has a really kind of a different reputation between different shooters. Let's just say that. Personally, I'm a huge fan of it. Now, it was developed back in 1989. I'm not very good with dates, if I'm not mistaken, by Jeff Cooper, the Marine, and later adopted by the FBI after they had that shootout, the very famous shootout in Miami that did not go that well. It did not last long in the FBI as the main cartridge, which was later replaced by the very popular 40 Smith & Wesson. Alright, let's do a few rounds, see what it can do. And one of the reasons, I have to mention it here, one of the reasons it was replaced by the 40 Smith & Wesson, which is pretty much the same thing except it is a little bit shorter, so it has a little bit of a less punch, is because the 10mm had a little bit too much of the recoil. However, in this case, we got a 6-inch barrel, quite a heavier gun. We'll see how it handles recoil. I will start with that orange square right there. Not too shabby. I think I can be proud of myself for the rest of the day. I do like it a lot. I think it handles recoil very, very well. 6-inch barrel is the way to go if you are planning to get yourself a 10mm. I can definitely feel the power, but at the same time, because there is enough weight and also upgraded guide rod on the Generation 4 Glocks, definitely does a better job at handling recoil. Now, the upgraded guide rod makes racking the slide a little bit heavier, not much of a difference, just a little bit heavier. So if you prefer a lighter slide, and that's really important for you, you can check out the Generation 3 Glocks. However, I think Generation 4 is definitely an improvement. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Magazines. Standard Glock magazine. If you're not familiar with Glocks, check them out. Probably my favorite type of magazine so far that I've tried of all the firearms that I have reviewed on the channel. Very easy to load, nicely numbered on the back, 15 capacity, and if you are familiar with Glocks, you probably already know that you can always upgrade the capacity of these magazines. You can get a 16 and you can get a 22. Which is very nice. Alright, now the second thing, of course, we have our grip, and this is one of the other differences that you will notice between the Generation 3 and the Generation 4. On the Generation 4, this grip right here is more aggressive. Now, I do like the aggression. Obviously, it's more aggressive than the Generation 3. I do like it. It has very nice shape to it for your fingers. It has aggressive design on the front, aggressive pattern on the sides, the same thing, and on the back as well, which really does help. I mean, considering that it's, you know, polymer frame pistol, you still get a lot of the grip from it, a lot of aggression. I do like it a lot. Now, I already mentioned the slide. It is fairly easy to rack. A little bit harder than the Generation 3, but still fairly easy. You probably already noticed that it has the MOS, which is stands for that optic system that Glock has. You can purchase it on Glock website. Basically, you unscrew, there's 2 screws right here on the slide, you mount this little red dot system, little optic, and you get yourself a different kind of optic. Now the sides are obviously the standard Glock side, nothing crazy. It's not exactly a 3-dot side because you have that little bar going on the back. At first, whenever I just got into Glocks, it was kind of new to me. So if you're new to Glocks, it might take you some time to adjust to this particular, I mean the front one is standard, but the rear one is a little bit different. But once you do adjust, which takes, it's pretty quick, it becomes nice and straightforward. All right, let's put a few more rounds through it, and then we will talk about a few other things. All right, so let me try and hit some of those flappy paddles. And I missed on the last one, unfortunately. So, magazine release, I do like it a lot. I think, here's the thing. Compared to the Generation 3 and the Generation 4, in Generation 3, the mag release, it sticks out a little bit more compared to this one, because it kind of sits flat. However, the area of the mag release, a little bit less than this. This one is a little bit wider. I do like both of them. I would say I personally prefer the Generation 3, although this works flawlessly as well. Very easy. Obviously, it's not ambidextrous, just on this side. However, you have an option of flipping it around and making it on the other side for left-handed shooters. Now, the slide release works perfectly, very easy to operate with just one hand. Now let's talk about the trigger. Make sure nothing is here yet again. Now, has a standard pre-trigger, which you can find on all the Glocks because there's really no additional safety, thumb safety or anything like that. It has this pre-trigger to kind of give you that feel that, okay, you know what, I'm getting my finger on the trigger, so you have some sensation on your finger, right? And then it's a 24N pull on this particular trigger, and I do like it. You have probably about 2mm of travel, very familiar, safe travel, you know nothing's gonna happen. And then you have probably about 2.5–3mm of some more travel, which is very smooth but kind of questionable in a way. And then you have a crisp snap. I like this trigger a lot. Only 2 areas of travel plus the pre-trigger. I think it's pretty good. Now let's do some more shooting and then we'll try to make a conclusion of this gun. Overall, I do like it a lot, and like I said, 10mm does not disappoint as long as you go with the longer barrel, so you have enough of that absorption of energy and the recoil is not out of control. Because obviously if you go with a shorter barrel, the shorter the barrel, the more recoil. I mean, obviously it depends on the cartridge as well, but you get the point. So let's see if I can get all of those flappy paddles. Almost. Overall, I do like this gun a lot. Probably will be one of my later purchases sometime this year or next year, just because I already bought myself a G35, Glock 35, chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. Yes, but I kind of do want this particular one now. I do like it a lot. Now, this is not exactly your everyday carry gun, okay? 6-inch barrel, and of course there's a weight to it, which feels pretty good and kind of helps with the absorption of that recoil. But nevertheless, keeping this gun as a home defense gun, I think an absolutely fantastic option. And of course, you probably already noticed there's a rail on the front. If you like mounting stuff on your pistols, like flashlight or laser, or I don't know, whatever you really do like to mount on it. So overall, I do like it. I do like the Glock 40. I do like the 10mm round. A big fan.